most accepted model is fluid mosaic model. It was given by Singer and Nicholson in 1972. It explains the major feature of cell membrane. According to fluid mosaic model, the cell membrane is quasi-fluid in structure, in which lipids and proteins are arranged in mosaic pattern. The interaction between lipids and proteins results in fluidity to the membrane. Lipids are in the form of phospholipids. A single phospholipid consists of a polar head, which is hydrophilic, and two non-polar or hydrophobic tails. One tail has the saturated fatty acid and the another tail has unsaturated fatty acid. In a lipid bilayer, head is arranged towards outside and tails are centrally directed. Another important part of the membrane is proteins. Proteins may be purely structural or have some additional functions. Thousands of proteins are associated with the cell membrane. Proteins can be categorized into two types: intrinsic proteins and extrinsic proteins. Intrinsic proteins, they are insoluble and they are embedded inside the lipid layer. They are also termed to be as the integral proteins. And second is extrinsic protein, which are soluble proteins and they are present on the surface of the cell. Now we can discuss some of the functions of the proteins. The main function of the protein is, some of the proteins, they form the channels or the pores. So you can just see over here that the channel proteins are present. Some functions as the enzymes. Others may function as the receptors for ligands or electron carrier, etc. Some of the proteins help in cell-to-cell adhesion because they are glycosylated, that is, they are having the carbohydrate part along with it. So they are helpful in immune response. We have already done the structure of cell membrane. Depending upon that, we are having the various functions of cell membrane. It separates the interior of the cell from the exterior environment. It controls exchange of gases, solutes, etc. It bounds the cell organelles such as nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast and Golgi apparatus. Sometimes it functions as the site of photosynthesis or oxidative phosphorylation, and it also carries the receptors to which various ligands such as hormones, antibodies and other chemicals attach, and it initiates a variety of reactions. So that's all for cell membrane. In the next class we will start with the cell organelles.